Hello, my name is Alfred and we thank you for watching this video. We're going to walk through our camper and show you the ins and outs, the do's and the don'ts, and all the amenities that we have with this camper. This is the Coleman LT camper. It's a 2021 and we hope that this will be a great solution for your camping needs. We're going to start from the front here, and this is the tongue, the front end, and we're going to assume that you've already disconnected the truck. But what we have here is our cover, and the reason why we do cover this, and I would like that if you would keep the cover on when you're at your campsite, because this device is not waterproof, and this will just help with the moisture and the water that's in the air, or if it does rain. But it's a simple device. We have a light switch here to give you a little bit of light if you need it during the evening, and then this is an up and down switch, and you can we'll show you how to do that a little bit later. But this is your automatic tongue jack, and the electronics and the setup we'll do on another video. But we do have 2 batteries that will be supplied fully charged when you're out in your camping spot and you're not connected to any electricity. You can run it with the battery. This will be our first compartment here, which will hold most of our storage here. We will provide this tote here, which is going to have all of the items you will need for your camping tools and whatnot, camping experiences. And here's a bag of the tools that you would possibly need. I also will include an electrical cable if you need it. Might need it later. Some of the other items that we have here will be your water supply for your fresh water when you connect it to the campsite. These are going to be our sewer tank treatment tablets. I will show you how to use those later. And these here will be our supports to help level out the feet when you're on a canyon level. This will help with that need, and we have 2 sets here. This will also be provided. This will be an angled device to angle the sewer connection when you connect your sewer hose, and we'll get to that in a second. Some more blocks to support the trailer. These will be accessories for your water. We have a water filter set up here. Keep that stored right in there. And this bucket, which is labeled waste, will be your connections for your waste. Now, if you come over here, this here is the electrical supply, and it's preferred that you hook it up to a 30 amp breaker. However, for the purpose of this video, I do have this connected to a regular 110 outlet, 15 amp, and I'm using this with this adapter here that converts from a 30 amp to a 110. This is our surge protector. We'll supply this so when you go camping that you would connect the electrical cable to the surge protector into your 30 amp outlet that will be supplied at the campsite. This here, which we have 2 of them, 1 for each side, is going to be your chalk and that. And here also is our fresh water connection. This will be used if you need fresh water, if you go somewhere where you don't have the ability to connect the trailer to a water spigot, such as a campsite. So this will hold 42 gallons of fresh water, which you can use if you need to go boondocking, or if you're at a rest area and you can use the restroom in the facilities inside. It will hold some water here, but also note that if you fill this up, or if we fill it up for you, it will weigh down the trailer. Water is heavy, and this is 42 gallons, so it would put a more payload on your trailer. This is going to be exhaust from the stovetop and the oven, so you just want to stay clear from there. Same with here. This is just going to relieve. This is for the heating element on inside is here. So this is exhaust, and this is also an exhaust for the vent over the stovetop. Here we have the city water connection. You get to a campsite and you're ready to set up your supply, you want to use this filter. And you can use this water hose that we have supplied for you. Step number 1 is connect the water filter to the water hose, like so. Once you have it tight, then you can come to the trailer, set this down, angle it towards the ground, and you should be turning to the left. There you have a good connection. And obviously with the other end, you would just hook it up to your water spigot at the campsite. This here is for your cable. If you happen to be at a campsite which if they do offer a cable, you can connect your cable services here. This bumper has a storage, and what it's going to store is the waistline. The waistline connection is here. What you want to do is just pull this out. And here you find the waistline. Just like so. Okay. So when you're at your campsite, you're going to pull in. Typically there's going to be a post here which will have your connection to your electrical, your water, and a sewer outlet. So you want to make sure you're not too far. Give yourself just a few feet, and you want to park the trailer as if the pole's right here, the connection, right in this general area, so that you can connect all of your utilities. So what you want to do with the waist is connect your waistline. This is going to be your exit, the exit of your waistline, which is going to be your gray water and your black water. Now there are two waste tanks in here. One is a gray water tank, and one is also a black water, which is a similar size. The gray water is going to be your sinks and your showers. The black water is going to be your toilet only. So this hose is going to drain both systems, but there's two different tanks. And here is a shutoff valve for your gray water tank, and this is the shutoff valve for your black water tank. So when you're ready to empty each tank, you want to pull the valve towards you, and it will open the gate, and the water and the waste would flush out. Now let me show you how to hook up this hose. So this cap here is just a twist to the left. Like so. And this orange hose connects just like that with the click. And then you can use this to give a good angle, and you can spread it out. And it would help you drain the water into your connection, which is typically going to be in this area. What you want to do is remove this black cap that was just for storage. Grab one of the other waste connections that we have here, which is going to be this clear angled waistline, and that is going to connect just like so, and this is going to connect into the waste connection at the campsite. Usually it might be a twist, sometimes it just sits in there. That'll give you the drainage ability. Now, when you drain your trailer, when you're at the campsite, you want to have both valves closed so that it will fill up with fluid. And there's an indicator inside which will tell you when it's time to drain the tanks. So ideally, when you're ready to drain each tank, you want to drain the black tank first. So you pull this lever, the water and the waste from the toilet will rush down and drain into the sewer. Might take a couple of minutes. You'll know when it's empty when you see no more fluid coming from this elbow. Once that's done, you want to close the valve for the black tank, which shuts that off, and then you want to pull the valve for the gray water tank, which will be the waste from the sinks and the shower. And the reason why you want to do it in that order is because the dark the dark matter, the fluid, the solids gets flushed first, and then you want to come back and clean the hose with the sink, the waste from the sink and the showers. So then you would pull this lever, let that go for a couple of minutes. You'll know when it's over, and then you can just close the tanks, close the valves right back up. Push it in for close, push it in for close. And that's really how you flush out your tank system. Okay, this here is the outside connection to the water heater. It's propane fired. Most likely you would never really need to get into this, but this is what this is. Just keep it closed. Now just keep in mind, the water heater is a 5-gallon tank. It heats up really fast. It works very well. However, long showers, you will run out of water pretty quickly. So just keep in mind when you're taking showers, if you have a family or there's several of you and you all want to take a shower at the same time, that you would limit your shower. If you don't, then you're going to run out of hot water. So just keep that in mind. It's only 5 gallons and that's not much water. However, a quick 2-3 minute shower is good. Wait a few minutes, then the next person can take a shower if you need to take showers back to back. And this back here is going to be our exterior shower. Now, if you would like to use it, this key, which we will give to you, is going to unlock the little shower, and it has a little handheld shower if you need to wash yourself down or wash something. And there literally is a hot and a cold, and it works very well. If you need to just kind of store it, there's a little anchorage right there. But if not, and when you're done, you can just put that back in there and close it up with this little key. And now we find ourselves to the right side of the trailer, the campsite. This is where your campsite is typically going to be. Here we have our exterior kitchen. Now I'll show you. So you have one keyed lock, which is from the key, and two just little secure tabs there. This is magnetic, and this is magnetic. You will hold that up. In here we have an outdoor refrigerator and an outdoor stovetop. Now to utilize this outdoor stovetop, you want to just pull up this lever, slide this out, and then this top lever will hold that in place. As you can see, it's a little 2-burner stovetop, which you can use for a skillet or a pot. It's not a barbecue grill, but you can use it to cook with your skillet or your pots. And in order to get this running, under here is a propane cable that's tucked in. And what you want to do is, you'll see here, there's a supply line for your propane right here. So to operate this, pull out the cable, push this in, make sure it's secure, and there's a little shutoff valve right here. And if you turn this valve, now the propane flows through. You can utilize the stovetop. When you're done, turn the valve back off, disconnect the hose, tuck it back in its place, cover the supply line, and that's how you secure the stove. We also have a little storage compartment. You can put some cooking utensils or whatnot. And here we have the outdoor refrigerator. And to access the refrigerator, just pull the Velcro, and there you have an outdoor refrigerator. Now, when you're done with the refrigerator and you're traveling, make sure you secure with the Velcro, and then you can just close this back up and lock it with the key. Okay.
Wait.
Now we also want to make sure that you connect your tire chocks here, and then we also have 2 tire chocks here to prevent the trailer from moving. But I'll show you how to do that in the next video. One thing to keep in mind, that to operate the ladder, you want to make sure the door is all the way open. This ladder tucks in like so. This yellow handle will operate the little hinges here, little latch, so that you can lock the ladder just like that. And then you can shut your door for when you're on the go. Now when you want to get back inside, open the door all the way, twist the little handle, and then you can lower the step. Now depending on your campsite, the ground might be uneven, or it might be a little bit, the elevation might be different. If you need to, there's a little pin right here that you can pull, and then you can adjust the leg if needed. Okay, so this is going to be your electrical command center. It's as soon as you walk in from the outside, it's as soon as you come in. We've put a couple little hooks to hang your keys here. But this is going to be your interior light switch. Mm-hmm. This is going to be your exterior light switch, which will turn on this LED lights out here. They are labeled. This is going to be your water pump. But you only want to use a water pump when you're not connected to a water connection. Maybe if you're boondocking or you're pulled over to a rest area as you're traveling, you want to use some water. Because we have water in the tank, it needs to pump up to your sink. You would use the pump. When you're hooked up to a water supply at the campground, do not use the pump. There's no need, because the pressure from the supply line will be enough pressure to operate the faucets in the shower. This is going to be your gas switch. You can see when it's on, when it's lit. The gas, which means propane, is going to it's going to send propane to the water heater. So this is your water heater gas switch. It's going to send gas or propane to the water heater. Got to give it a few minutes to get the water warm, but once it's warm, you'll have hot water. Now, if you're camping for the evening or you're camping throughout the day, you can keep this on so that you have hot water. It'll kick on the water heater and you'll have hot water. When you're traveling, you want to make sure all of these are off, even the interior light. So nothing is on when you're traveling. Now, one more thing I want to show, a couple more things I want to show you is this is the indicators of your tanks and your battery. So if you can see, there's a little button here that says battery. If you push it, it'll give you an indicator of how well the battery is charged. Right now, you have a full charge on your battery. You can see the fresh. That's your tank size, your tank. So it's fair at the moment. This is your black water. It's empty, and the gray water is empty. So we will give this trailer to you with black and the gray empty. If you want fresh water to go, let us know and we can put fresh water in for you as you go. Gray, black, fresh in the battery. So the last thing I want to show you on this command center is the awning, where you can extend and or retract. Now, just keep in mind that you only want to operate the awning when you're going to use the awning. If you're at the campsite and you're enjoying the day and it's sunny, the awning is perfect, and you can extend it with this bottom button. And I'll just show you right quick. Now the awning will extend. It'll take a few seconds, you'll see it, but it does a great job. Now I'll show you when it's time to stop pushing the button. You don't want to damage the motor or the fabric of the awning. You'll know when it's time to stop when you'll see the flap over. As such. When you see that, that is a good indicator to just stop pushing the button and just enjoy the awning. Now the awning will be good for to provide you shade and maybe a light drizzle of rain, but that's about it. If you have any wind, please retract the awning. If there's high wind, if there's hard rain, bring the awning back in, and also bring the awning back in when it's time for you to go to bed. Do not leave it out. If you need to leave your campsite, whether you're doing your activities, sightseeing or you're going to the store, do not leave it unattended, because a wind can come when you're not here and the awning will be damaged. And to bring or to retract the awning, it's the up button. All you have to do is push it and it'll bring it right back in. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, and so here we are to extend the awning. It's the down button. And to retract the awning, it's the up button. Now, one of the tools that I'm going to provide for you in this tool bag is going to be this socket wrench. This is going to be very helpful. You will need this to operate this device. This is going to be your wheel chock when you're settling or when you're leaving. I'm providing you a socket which fits right onto the wheel chock, and basically all you need to do is turn it to loosen it, and then this can just be stored inside here when you're traveling. When you're setting up, this is one of the first things you're going to do is chock your wheels so that you don't move anywhere. So now I'm going to show you how to tear down the waste system. Previously I showed a video on how to set it up. Now this is when you're leaving the campsite and you're done. So after you've drained the water and the waste from your black tank first, pull the black tank lever, drain the black water, push it back in, then the gray tank, pull the lever, flush out the gray water, push the tank back in. After all the waste has been emptied into the sewer, disconnect this piece here, put it in the waste bucket that I have provided, disconnect this sewer line, and you're going to want to kind of make sure it's all empty like so. Put the cover back on. And you have the cover for the other end. And it's going to sit right back into the bumper. And you'll put the cap right back on. Connect it. This has magnetic ends and just fits right there. Mm-hmm. And before you leave, make sure you put this cap back on. And that's your waste setup. You should be good after that. And then you have to disconnect your water when you're leaving, when you're done with the campsite. Obviously, turn off the spigot, disconnect it from your hose bib at the campsite, disconnect it from here, turn right to disconnect from the water hose, and you can just set this back in. You can leave the elbow back on and set it back into the compartment, or set it back into the bucket, and both go back into the drawer.